rare.
This video is worthless.
Oh my god.
What, how would
should I just light the hockey cards on fire right now?
Like,
you know, this is ridiculous. Oh my god, it's not going to be worth anything. Who gives a shit?
Did you see what I sent you? Did you see Tim Pool yell at Ian?
Pull it up.
Yo, watch this real quick.
Pull it up.
It's what's that guy's name? The one who like talks really like too lazy to try.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this intro of this video.
You would make sure.
Watch this, Ash. This is crazy.
That they know it's a tendency and not a hard.
No, that's
truth.
not correct.
Well, not all women do what you say they do. So that
Ian,
is not true.
Do you need the card?
Women.
Do you need the card, Ian? I made those cards for you because of exactly what you're saying right now.
You said at the top that it's a generalization.
What? Ian, for the love of all that is holy, I literally just made a whole joke tirade about how people who respond to macro level politics with anecdotes are low IQ.
I know, and that doesn't.
And then
make
you
it true.
just said it.
Yeah, funny doesn't mean that your joke is true.
It's a fact.
All right, so
oh man, what the is wrong with Tim?
But he's losing everything, bro. He's like his views are tanking. He's paying like every employee like $100,050 a year.
But like, did you hire Ian for his high IQ commentary? Like he's like a personality hire that gets.
No.
Like,
Okay, we can watch this video if you want, Ash. I think you find it interesting. But you know what the gist is? Tim tweeted out something about, I forgot, like the war or something, that everyone got mad at him. And then he got mad because he's like, it was actually a joke. But Ian's like, it didn't sound like a joke. So no one thought it was funny. So everyone's mad at you now. And Tim is losing everything. Let's just watch the video.
Tim Pool has been having a tough time recently. I mean, this guy's always
Tim Pool's having a tough time recently.
going through something. It seems like he's constantly on the verge of just completely losing it and giving up, especially now. He keeps talking about how his views are down, and the only way to...
Look at his views!
No, bro.
God, dude, I'm telling you. Tim's losing everything. He's selling the studio in 6 months.
There's no way, bro. There's no way.
Man.
He's gonna have to find a way.
And this is too lazy to try. I have never missed one of this dude's videos. He's the best.
get views for people like him is to trash Trump or just say ridiculous shit for attention.
They've announced selling the studio? Really?
What?
Well, I heard they were moving to Florida or like temporarily because of the security cost or something like that.
No
But
way.
they've actually sold the West Virginia compound. They're out of there permanently.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, man, his views. Oh my God. His monthly estimated earnings on YouTube is between $700 and $12K. How much is the rent there? Like $50K a month? Like 20? Like I'll say like $10K a month.
It's got to be the sponsors.
Yeah. And yeah.
But
and donos, but his donos are down too. I scrolled through his show. His donos are brutal.
To turn on Trump, ironically though, as like a social experiment.
Now look at this. He tweets out this about Trump. That does it. I'm done. This is the last straw. I'm so angry.
And to prove how much engagement it gets. So this is a 40-year-old man posting on Twitter for engagement, knowing people are going to take it seriously. But then when that happens, he acts all surprised and he's like, what am I supposed to do with these people? How are they taking me seriously? They're for not knowing that I'm. That's basically what he says here. It's hilarious. He's seriously like, man, these people are because they should know that I'm an idiot that posts stupid shit on the internet for attention.
And here's a tweet from me with 1 million views.
That's a cope laugh. That was not actual because he's mad.
It's a brutal cope.
All caps. What if it turns out it was Trump the whole time with Epstein and Democrats had nothing to do with it?
It turns out that that's what happened. I guess.
Because these people are and the internet is fake and gay. What do you do?
Is this not a mold?
You know, honest
Trigger
question.
the
like,
right, own the right. Like, what the f are we even doing here? Who gives a shit anymore? You know,
You do.
so retarded.
What is the point of this tweet that I
I
made
miss these shows where we go on for 10 hours and by the end we're just delirious watching.
at 7:33 p.m.? Well, we were in pre-production for Timcast IRL, and then I said, "Oh, here we go. I'm gonna make this tweet. Should I do it?" And then I do this sometimes. I like type it out. I'm like, should I do it?
So he types it out.
Should I do it? What? Should I do it? Do it? Don't do it. Do it. You always say do it, you know? Because then if they do it and it's a big success, they're like, oh, yeah, awesome. They'll flip you a chip. I mean, there you go. And then if they lose, it's like, oh, well, not my problem.
But he tweets out something and then people are mad at him and he goes, what the you guys believed what I was saying with no tonal sarcasm in my voice because it's a tweet? Huh?
So the point of this tweet was literally the all caps, dude, Trump. It was Trump the whole time. And these people.
It's text, bro. It's text.
People are fake, gay, and the reason why I say that is because anybody who took 2 seconds to actually know who I am, what we actually think on the show,
God,
would ignore this.
He's retarded.
Well, first of all, number one, who's actually watching this shit on a regular basis? Like, I don't really think anyone is. And if you are, like, may God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah.
Like, there's one brave hero that on the Tim Pool Kiwi Farms thread, every single post in the thread is him. He just clips it every day, and no one else is in there.
Can we make him a lolcow?
Fucking day. Well, we tried. We tried with Tim Pool. We were doing it for a while, and he was crashing out and doing the business meetings, and then I don't know. He got his studio shot up, and then like towards the end of the year, like he disappeared, and then he was in Florida, and we just kind of lost track of him in the shuffle. But maybe we'll bring him back.
You know what? Because honestly, I really feel like he's on the edge of his downfall.
The dynamic between him over the edge. Ian is really fun. I don't even like. I don't know. I don't want to push him over the edge.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't hate Tim Pool. I just find this funny.
They'd be like, Tim's an idiot. He posts stupid things like
However,
this.
if he did happen to be pushed over the edge.
I had a lot of hate for Tim in my heart. But then when I realized how much he makes JRC, I realized that he must succeed. So.
True.
All the time.
So I guess the point he's making is he's an idiot that says stupid shit for attention. And apparently he wants to prove that not enough people are aware of that. So it's an interesting move, but I think he just spazzed out after he saw Trump make that post about Candace Owens.
Buddy, this post by Trump was unhinged, buddy. Like Trump used to post like I've never seen a thin person drink a Diet Coke. Yeah. Now it's just like your essays penned by Lord Trump. Like I don't know, it's a pretty jokes essay if you read this. But look at that wall of text. Like, holy man.
Because you could tell.
Tim's mad that Candace is getting the attention that she wanted.
You just have to laugh that, like, just such a unhinged schizoid is the president.
I know, he's losing it, dude.
And I know, but everybody has to deal with it every day. Like, everybody has to suffer in this clown world. And it's exactly what they deserve. It's what every single one of these people deserve. It's to have to deal with this. He's so base because he's just a punishment on everybody. You know, it's just great.
It's Kino.
Candace Owens drives Tim crazy, and Trump basically just gave her the reaction she wanted. Like after that post, Tim started complaining about how views are down, and being pro-Trump doesn't get you views like it used to.
Is that a real photo?
No.
Post Tim
Have you
started
ever seen
complaining
Trump
about
with
how
a
views are
black
down
person?
and being pro.
No.
Is that
Trump doesn't get you
Omarosa?
views like
Unless he has a gun.
Anyway, we got Kino Bambino for 5
subs. Let's go. Big support.
It is. Everyone's saying it's real.
Oh.
Is that Candace Owens or is that Omarosa? I have a theory that Candace Owens is actually the clone of Omarosa. Okay, I think it makes sense when you really think about it.
Okay.
Because they can get more views being anti-Trump.
You are a podcaster influencer. You are looking at your views drop.
No, he's Jeremaxing. No, Tim, no, it's going to be okay. Tim.
Yo.
Because the right's in power. They're not fighting woke anymore. Woke is under the rug right now. So the only way to actually get traffic is general viral or anti-Trump. And what are we seeing? Candace Owens is the embodiment of this. First, she was a liberal with Social Autopsy.
Okay.
Then
He brought up Social Autopsy.
Here we go.
she was Red Pill Black. Then she joined the Daily Wire. Then she left to talk about Blake Lively. She was tracking top trends among people. And now she settled on Israel, anti-Trump, etc. She is just basically going to, according to Jeremy Boring, her words are, she will represent whatever people believe. She is going to be their avatar.
Like, is he actually going to cry? Like, I don't, I'm not, like, I've railed against Candace or whatever, but at a certain point, it's like, brother, calm the down. Do you know? Like, he's just rattled. Like, the fact that he's so upset makes me want to side with her,
Yeah, exactly.
Compete with Candace because she'll just say whatever it takes to get views. So when Tim tries to compete with her, he gets desperate. Like when he saw Trump called her out and the publicity she got from that, I think he got a little jealous. Like his first reaction was like, what is going on here? Then he started thinking, how can I make this about myself? And then he started saying a bunch of shit he doesn't mean for attention. And then when he gets called out on it, he's like, come on, people, I'm an idiot. You should know this. So I think Candace is just making him lose his mind.
Anybody who took 2 seconds to actually know who I am, they'd be like, Tim's an idiot.
I know.
Like also he decided to do another one of his social experiments. And this was even cringier. So I think because Candace Owens was getting attention from Trump, Tim was kind of jealous. So he decided to make up a story about how Trump personally called him and told him he's a good friend. But of course, Tim would just say, this is a viral stunt he was trying to do, and I don't understand the point
He
of
just
it.
lies? And then goes, I was kidding.
Just go on the internet and tell lies. What?
Yeah. Who does that?
I don't know.
Which that doesn't really make things sound much better. I mean, he literally starts this by saying, oh, I got an idea to go viral, and then makes up a story about Trump calling him. How sad is that? And of course, he also tries to claim there's some important point being made here, but really, he's just desperate.
Maybe
how do we still have 4K watching?
That's the problem with everything now. Nobody cares about accuracy, and people only care
still
about what's
going too.
We've been in the post-truth society for a decade.
They're not factually accurate. Boy, it's not right. We're in the post-truth society. Buddy, we've always been in the post-truth society, you mongoloid. Do you think that it was better when the 3 networks got to decide? There was only 3 TV stations?
But the thing, they were talking on the pre-show earlier about how it feels like MAG is fractured. And that's because nobody cares about accuracy. They just care about getting clicks going their way.
No, it's the internet. You need it as a business.
Just had a really good idea to get a bunch of viral clicks and promote the show.
Let's do it.
So here's what you do. I will preface this by saying...
Do you still have to promote your show? Everyone who's heard of your show has stopped by once. Mm-hmm. If they're not still there, they're gone forever, Tim.
None of this is true.
Right? Am I wrong?
Of this show to make a
Am
point.
I being a dick?
I just feel like at a certain point, Tim had a really good career, but he's past it. And I think that he needs to downsize and just like do his own solo show out of a home office and just milk the gravy train for whatever's left. Like, the idea that he's actually going to challenge like the media and he's going to replace the mainstream media, like, just let it go, bro. Just let it go. Just stop.
Damn, these views are terrible. Holy.
To make a point, a political point about the nature of reality and what the internet does.
I'm going to be real. In 2017 VidCon, I met Tim Pool. Okay? It was like a bunch of people in the house, right? And he was sort of a to me. He was just like snobby and rude. This is before he blew up, right?
Of course he was, yeah.
So ever since then, I've been waiting for the downfall. So here I am.
Petty ski. Petty ski held on to a grudge from nearly a decade ago because you weren't treated with the appropriate amount of respect at a convention. And so now I will have my revenge.
He was rude, you know what I'm saying? So now you.
MRJ Driver for 5 subs. 10 years. I've waited and preyed upon your downfall.
Thanking me for having his back and saying that I was a good friend. And I said, Mr. President, I will stand with you always, no matter what you do.
Suck his dick?
Even if you
Mr. President, I'll put your in my mouth until my gums bleed, Mr. President. Okay.
And we had a great time, and he's a good man. Yeah, that literally never happened, and I said that because I know what's going to happen because this is what these people do.
He's gay!
They're going
He
exactly.
lied!
They're going to cut the clip out, and they're going to be like, they're going to claim it's true, and it's going to be sensational.
So Tim makes up stuff for attention to prove that.
Oh my
people
God,
make
I'm
stuff
ringing
up
the
for
fuck.
attention.
I don't even know what the is going on. Like, what sort of 40 tard chess is he playing? Like, it's the underwater backgammon. Okay.
Wait, someone said that I was also
Masterful
probably
gambit.
rude? What the I wasn't
Everybody's
rude.
rude. Can you imagine one of these unwashed mouth breathers coming up to me in public? Shame on them. Shame on them.
Yo, he has also, this guy has a great video on the podcast wars on Candace versus everyone and this versus that.
And I guess that's what he's doing here. And he knows people are going to take that out of context. You know, he says that's the point. But then when they do, he flips out about it. It's hilarious.
Scream again.
Like during his live show, he kept pulling up his tweets and getting all worked up about how people are ignoring the sarcasm and taking stuff out of context. And his co-host tries to politely tell him these posts aren't worth it, and people just think it's weird. But of course, Tim doesn't take that very well, and he starts freaking out. And he's like, "Well, this isn't for them. This isn't for a fight. This is for the sane, rational people."
What?
So apparently,
What?
Tim and acting like an idiot on Twitter is to show people how normal he is. And it's just so funny.
Well,
he makes these posts, then acts like he's above it all, and he doesn't do it for
how
rage
does he afford all these co-hosts in the place when he gets 100,000 views per stream?
Russian money.
or attention.
Back in the day. I don't know now what the fuck, but
it's just important to show people that he'll say stuff that he doesn't mean to try to prove that it gets you attention or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't think he even knows what he's doing. This guy is just out of it.
This is obvious to anybody with at least a couple brain cells to rub together.
Not anymore.
My joke
Half
is,
the world.
I apologize, please buy my coffee. The joke is, I'll say whatever you want, give me money. I'm making fun of these people. There are replies where they're like, oh, now you're trying to pretend to be anti-Trump? Nice try, Tim. And there are people being like...
You have to put or like a laughing emoji at the end of your tweet,
You should have called out Israel a long time ago, but I appreciate you're doing it now.
Tim, you're not
a sea of...
Tim's not funny, though. Tim is not portray himself as a comedy, funny guy. He's very
he's
serious.
Damn fool.
Yeah. He's a little self-serious.
Never bought it, never will, Beanie Boy. You're a grifter just like the rest.
True.
Like Tim being sarcastic. It's just like, what?
There's a sense of
And Ian's about to felt him here.
empowerment from trolling the world like Andy Kaufman style, but I've been trying to figure out if it's the right thing.
No. What he's like, I see you're trying to troll the world Andy Kaufman style, but
Empowerment from trolling the world like Andy Kaufman style, but I've been trying to figure out if it's the right thing to do. I don't think it is because people without
because you're no fun and you have no sense of
acting
humor.
like the villain.
I love Ian. Ian, I think he's an A-log, and I think he watches our show. Because I've been invited to his game jam 3 times.
You know what? You're right. We're invited. I was about to say that's right, but then I remembered you were invited to the game jam like 3 different times. So,
Yo, whoever. I'm not even kidding.
can somebody get Phil in chat? Like, where the
Where's
is Phil? You know, where's Phil? Where is he?
Oh,
We
man.
need Phil. We need the Phil take. Phil, can you hear me now? Come on, Phil.
Phil.
No.
Response,
Phil!
and then I can see, like,
Hold on.
sarcastic.
Sarcasm is a normal thing in human discourse.
If there's tone, but without tone in text, it's not readable.
Yes,
Some guy, songs in the Kino CWC actually told Phil that he's unbanned from the kick shot. You think he's up at 4 a.m. in Seattle, drunk out of his mind?
Yep, Phil, come on.
Come on, Phil.
I read that. No, it's not the problem. The people who understand what I'm doing, it's who I'm speaking to. We are not making these posts for a bunch.
Wait. But here's the thing, Tim. If people don't get it because you're not a funny guy, you can't cry about it on your show like a little bitch.
Who go and have fights. This is for the sane, rational people that we are communicating with intentionally.
But the other people see it. Too.
So what?
Cares? That riles them up.
Bro, I am not a special ed teacher, okay? I don't exist.
We're all kind of special ed teachers posting on the internet.
Why is he taking himself so serious?
I don't know. Well, the joke's supposed to be funny, but you can't like misinterpret it, or else you're like you've stepped on his toes.
Okay, fair. I do agree a little bit. Anybody who took 2 seconds to actually know who I am, they'd be like, Tim's.
But no one, like, you don't read a tweet and go, I'm going to research this guy and know who he is before I interpret this tweet.
An idiot.
Then Tim tries to explain why he's making these posts again, and he says it's to basically expose disingenuous grifters because they should have known that Tim was saying ridiculous shit for attention. And he even says they should have known when they read his tweet that he obviously just saw Trump attack Candace and needed to be like, what about me, guys? Look at me. I need attention.
Dude, what if it turns out it was Trump the whole time with Epstein and Democrats had nothing to do with it? And my point with these posts, it is...
Yeah. That was great.
It is... This gives me an example.
The ball washers. That was great, Tim. That was amazing. That was the funniest thing.
This guy, Tizzy Ent, is a grifter. He is fake. Okay?
Is he?
They don't care about the context. They post it knowing that he's going to get
random guy on Twitter. Like, this man is a grifter.
Tizzy Ent felted him, bro.
Tizzy 160.
If you want to A-log Tim, just take all his joke tweets as serious and go, what are you talking about, Tim? And he'll lose his mind.
63,000 views.
Context means with text. There is nothing with it. It's just text. So there is
this
no tone,
post
there's no sarcasm.
exists in the context in which it was conceived. It didn't just fall out of a
mere
coconut tree.
pre-text,
This
buddy.
tweet exists in a news cycle. There is contemporary context.
There's no
around
context. It's just text. It's mere pretext. Do you understand? Oh my
this post,
God.
and that is Trump attacked Tucker, Candace, Alex, etc. They attacked him back. I made a post that was like, look at me, I'm calling out Trump. This stuff.
When I saw that, I was like,
look at me.
I don't know
I'm calling out Trump. Oh,
if you're being true or not, and I'm not reading that garbage.
I didn't-
post. When I saw that, I was like, I don't know if you're being true or not, and I'm not reading that garbage.
I didn't.
Post.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
How is Ian not fired?
Just fucking mocked. I don't know, man. Ian could just Tim's wife and he wouldn't even get in trouble. You know, he could do anything. Just walk into Tim's fridge, eat his food, his wife, like burn his Pokemon card collection. He could do anything. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
By the way, when Tim Pool's show ends, inevitably, I want Ian as third chair. At least as a rep for us, like once a month.
We'll just be totally fucking felted by him. I hope you know. There's a level of retardation that can't be contained. There's no stopping him. He's just the ultimate felter, buddy. He's a real chaos candidate, you know. Like,
even say what I was angry about.
Chaotic neutral.
Not just that.
Yes.
Or not. If Krasenstein pissed you off or if you liked it, I didn't know.
Well, not just
no,
that.
they're saying
the
Trump pissed me off.
Krasensteins! Oh, the Krasensteins! Imagine giving one single about the Krasensteins.
I don't know what that is.
Giving it even one brain cell in your mind.
I have no brain cells associated with that knowledge.
or not, if Kreisenstein pissed you off or if you liked it, I didn't know.
Well, they're saying Trump pissed me off. The point is there is nothing in my statement to latch onto.
Imagine
and the reason
getting rattled by that. Like their whole point is to just like, oh, Trump's bad. Oh no, they said that Trump's bad. I'm triggered by these liberals.
The chat's assuming that he's on drugs. Think maybe Tim's on drugs.
Maybe he is. Like, I don't know.
He seems a little bit anxious and angry.
Tweet is, liberals are sharing it, saying Tim Pool is mad at Trump, and conservatives are sharing it, saying Tim Pool lost it over Ed Krasenstein.
What's happening is you're playing.
He's losing no matter what. He's losing no matter what. He's the radical centrist. He's hated by they all spit on him. Fuck the
sharing it, saying Tim Pool lost it over Ed Krasenstein.
What's happening is you're playing 3D or 4D chess with these people, outthinking them, but there's people that are going to see that have never even heard of the game.
No.
And then when I go on my show and explain how people are
Santos?
Yeah.
That was fucking George Santos.
He's right there.
Intentionally taking gags from this larger context for clicks, I can say this proves it.
By the way, he's just rattled about a guy tweeting at him.
He needs help.
Man. Yeah, man.
That's just your audience that will see it. And the other people, because they're not refuse.
Anyone is welcome to.
They're real people that have actionable.
Who do you think he cares about talking to?
The human race.
But hold on. But my question is,
that's what I care about.
My question is, and.
Ian is so cool.
And if you aggravate people unintentionally,
he really is.
Like his glasses and shit. And he doesn't give a fuck.
It's not at all he's wearing a woman's blouse. He's rocking that. He's just like Russell Brand, buddy.
What's
Get
that
him
movie?
To the Greek.
No, it reminds me of that part, Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
He has that vibe to him.
Really bad thing.
It was aggravating.
People that think that you're saying something you're not.
Who? What group?
I don't know. You just said liberals earlier. You said
and
liberals
conservatives
were sharing it. People that are confused. I don't know.
Or people who don't care.
And conservatives.
You know what you're creating here, though? You're a weapons manufacturer here. And then you're like, well, I didn't intend on what they're doing with these weapons because what we. Well, maybe you do.
But I want to show people the weapons.
So this
is a tweet. It's a fucking tweet.
What Tim Pool's show has turned into. You know, everyone has to sit around listening to Tim complain about how people don't understand his tweets. You know, it's so funny. He rage baits for attention, then freaks out when people fall for it or troll him back. Like, he knows what the reaction will be, but then gets all upset about it. I mean, he just sounds so confused, and everyone else on the podcast has to sit around acting like this is normal.
Is it drugs?
I mean, at least somebody's pushing back.
I don't know, man.
It's tough when Ian's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Like, you've kind of lost the plot then. Do you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And Tim seems to get really annoyed with his co-host, Ian. Like, after Tim got done addressing everyone being shit.
Yeah.
Do you even know what he's mad about? Can anyone here actually explain to me, like, what he's actually mad about? Because I actually don't get it.
He rage baited in a tweet. And he's mad that some people didn't know he was joking because they don't know who he is, and it exposed them as grifters.
But isn't the whole point that he was trolling and he was trying to trick people?
But he gets mad at the people who get tricked and say they're grifters because they don't know him.
So he just wants to be mad.
Yes.
He may as well have invented the whole scenario in his own mind and got mad at his fantasy rather than playing this out, you know?
It's like tweeting out that you're gay. You go, oh, I'm gay. And then someone's like, wow, you're gay? And you go, you actually believe that tweet? Clearly it's not true. Tim's bro.
Posting. Then he pulled up a negative article that was written about him.
What you know? And then someone wrote a fucking article about his tweet.
No.
All upset about.
No.
I guess Tim just loves addressing what people are saying about him on his podcast with
say Tim Pool, women vote.
5 other people sitting there, and he expects them to be like, yeah, Tim, you're right. Your trolling on Twitter is so funny. Like, he brings up this article so everyone can agree with the point he made, but then Ian starts questioning it, and Tim loses it.
I am going.
You missed that pause.
The point he made, but then Ian starts questioning it, and Tim loses it.
He's a goofy.
I am going to get business cards printed out that say, if someone presents macro level statistics and you respond with an anecdote, you are low IQ. Or it will say a person who responds to macro level statistics with an anecdote is low IQ. That way, when I point out when I talk to a woman and I say something like, well, in general, women vote for drama and interpersonal stuff, and they go, well, I don't, I can hand them the card. What irks me about stuff like this with Media Matters getting mad is that women get offended when men make observations from a male perspective that they wish did not happen. So when I say something like, women vote for stupid interpersonal trash.
You took, Tim! Your torchlight's the way! What the Oh my God! What the are you even talking about?
He's crazy. He's crazy. He's explaining why he's losing.
These damn women! They won't understand! Anecdotes aren't real evidence! Don't even bother talking to them. You ever hear, cast your pearls before swine? It's like trying to explain per capita to a black person. It's not gonna fucking happen. They're not gonna magically get it. They're not supposed to get it, you idiot.
Oops. There you go.
The rational response is not, F you, Tim Pool, don't talk about women that way. It's, well, I'd phrase it less harshly, but women prefer social issues over logistical issues. So it's subjective versus objective.
What a brave stance you took! Oh my God! Next you're gonna tell us that women want us to put the toilet seat down! Whoa! Holy He's a real galaxy brain! He's a Titanic intellect!
I got it.
Watch Ian Feltham.
Yeah.
If it was a psychologist making this statement, it would say women tend to. That would be the only difference in the statement.
No, it wouldn't.
It's a tendency.
If it was written by a psychologist, it would say, as a voting bloc, women vote for issues of social importance.
Yeah, there would be like
they vote for interpersonal issues and cultural issues as opposed to objective functioning of society.
I mean, it would be you would make sure that they know it's a tendency and not a hard
No, that's
truth.
not correct.
Well, not all women do what you say they do. So that is not true.
He used the anecdote. But he's right. But he's right, though, Tim. No, do you need the card, Ian? Like, why is he such a for no reason? Like, he's so autistic, dude.
Do you need the card?
So autistic.
Card, Ian? I made those cards for you because of exactly what you're saying right now.
You said at the top that it's a generalization.
Ian? For the love of all that is holy, I literally just made a whole joke tirade about how people who respond to macro level politics with anecdotes are low IQ.
I know, and that doesn't
then
make
you
it true.
just said it.
Yeah, funny doesn't mean that your joke is true.
It's a fact.
Okay, but I didn't use an anecdote either.
Anecdotal evidence is saying not all women.
He's feasing out of people. Everybody has to sit there and pretend like this is normal and okay, but it's clearly not. But he's clearly like someone pissed in his cornflakes this morning, or I don't know, there's a rock in his shoe. I actually don't know. Like, has he just not been laid for a while? Like, his incel rage is seething through the. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what the fuck
is going on.
Well, too lazy to try. Thinks it's because his views are down and he's losing all his money. So
I think he needs to come. Like, I think he's sexually frustrated. Like, imagine getting this worked up over this meaningless nonsense. The macro data, though. The macroeconomic data.
Well, Judy. Okay, Judy. This has been the best show since the Chaggett book review? What? Really?
I don't know. This show sucks.
No, this show's been the best show we've had in a long time. In my opinion, yeah. We had a little break with the nerds on the go, but I think we're back on course.
Anecdote would be like, I know a girl and she's not. That would be an
macro
anecdote.
level statistics.
I'm telling you, Ash, there's a marketplace for us felting Tim. We'll get Candace on board.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna get Miss Owens on.
Yeah, she hates me though, so we'll have to work. We'll have to get her to unblock me.
She wants Portuguese sausage.
Oh, okay. I'm taking.
Qualifiers.
Bro, I'm saying you're claiming a generalization and you didn't tell people that was a generalization in your statement.
Can someone help?
So this is important.
Can someone help?
Can someone help to triangle this guy? No.
Can someone help me?
Tim needs to smoke a bowl and chill. Dude, Tim, man, just take a puff, dude. Chill. Have a cup of caffeine. Dream, dude.
I think I have a pimple under my mustache.
Well, we didn't need to know that.
Well, so I'm doing this a lot because it's fucking house.
Stuff going on over at Timcast. And it's so funny. Whenever he gets the smallest amount of pushback, he just loses his shit. And I guess now just covering the news and culture war stuff isn't enough for him. So now he feels like he has to purposely create controversy so then he can respond to it. Yeah. But then he just ends up crashing out and acting like he's better than it. So I think Candace Owens is really just driving him crazy because the amount of views she gets. And I bet that's why he said women are only interested in interpersonal trash and they vote for soap operas. As a dig at Candace and her audience, like Tim's always talking about how she covers nonsense drama and gossip just because it does well with the algorithm. And I guess what Tim's doing is more important. You know, Candace should be doing real work like Tim, you know, like spending 22 minutes freaking out over an actress from his favorite TV show getting bad plastic surgery.
The actress behind Starlight, the principal protagonist
you
of the
watch
season.
The Boys still, Tim? Are you okay?
Imagine never actually watching.
I've never seen one episode. I've watched a few of the scenes on Twitter of the person murdering everyone and
is getting absolutely roasted because people are saying she looks disgusting. But she got attacked for it, and she claims she never got any surgeries. There's a big Venn diagram,
I think. There's a big overlap between people who watch The Boys and people who watch Tim Pool. I think.
Okay, don't insult the people in chat who watch it.
It's the same sort of tasteless plebeian.
No.
Their time and energy.
He's kidding. Don't be offended.
The Boys that would invest their time into Tim Pool. They're both Reddit as and it's okay. Like a lot of you just aren't prepared for that conversation because you're soy and Reddit, and I'm Chad and based. It's okay.
Whatever. She's lip fillers and buckle really doesn't.
To be fair, this bitch did look attractive, and then what the is this?
Buckle removal doesn't
what an
count.
Ugly
I
bitch.
guess when I put on
bitch.
The first episode of The Boys season 5. I could not even tell it was Star.
That's what I'm saying. He's still watching it.
Buddy, I thought it ended at like season 4 or something.
I don't know. Everyone was rattled about 5. Apparently there was a gay scene or some shit.
Well, obviously there was going to be a gay scene. Are these people stupid?
What do you mean? Why
like,
does it have to be one?
Here's what you have to understand. Everything like that exists solely, if it was ever good at all, in order to degrade it and force you to participate in a humiliation ritual.
Oh.
It's the same thing. It's like Joker. People identified with Joker and they liked it. So then they give you Joker 2 where he gets... Do you see?
Yeah.
If you get invested in comic book slop, you will get humiliated and you will deserve it.
It's to ultimately... it's to make you... Ultimately, you... like just fall into society's, trap, right? And you know who sets the trap, right?
Black people?
Well, different kind of people, but I won't go there.
Oh.
I'm just kidding, Gabe. If you're watching, I'm just kidding.
So they're like,
I'm just kidding.
My firecrackers on stage, and it's a bunch of women dressed like her. Then one woman breaks from the pack and turns right and looks, and you see the face. And the first thing I thought was like, who's this? This like a new character? I'm like, that's not Firecracker. Like, what's, obviously it's not.
I didn't even know her name.
And then she uses her powers, and I go, oh my God, that's Erin Moriarty? Holy crap, dude. Look at her face.
Yeah, she's
wow.
Fucking ugly.
It's not just that, dude. She can't talk. She cannot talk. Let me tell you.
He's like trying to get mad. Like,
I
don't even
don't know,
believe it.
Like, he's just like mad about women. Like, he's had it with the world, had it with girls. He's frustrated. Mad at the world, had it with girls, frustrated.
Yep.
Dude.
His wife's not.
When she speaks, she's talking like this because she can't move her lips anymore.
That's how you talk.
So that's what Tim pulls up to. But let me know you guys think about it down in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed this video.
All right, that's Too Lazy to Try. I love his video. I watched all his videos, by the way. And another one, if you like, is his the podcast wars are out of control.
All right.
The fall of Ben Shapiro. Watch this one, guys.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay.
But you want to watch it? I thought we were ending.
Yeah. No, put it on.
You want to watch Ben Shapiro lose his mind to Candace Owens?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm okay. Yeah,
We're going to watch all the Too Lazy to Try videos?
Slay, base queen. Slay.
I do not care what any person says, okay? That little man belongs in a locker. That's where he belongs. Ben should be given a swirly every single day of his life.
She's so
Ben
right.
Shapiro's
bow down to the queen of queens, the Nubian queen.
Kino? Fuck,
this green M&M. I'm hungry, dude. Like, I want to eat.
Are
like,
you?
Damn.
I had a shrimp platter.
She's a snack and a half right now.
I see what you're saying.
The chocolate thin green M&M firing us all up. Candace Owens there. Hey, we got Kino Bambino for 5.
Let's go. Here, I'm going to put that guy's channel in case you don't know him.
Mediocre for 5 subs.
Yeah, so there you guys go. You can watch his channel. It's sick. I love it.
head belongs in a toilet
Chocolate
permanently.
rain.
That is a scientific fact.
Did you hear this?
Ben Shapiro's head belongs in a toilet permanently. That is
Let's
a
go!
scientific fact, and I will not let anybody dispute it. It's just the nature of what he is.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Cool and anti-Semitic remarks.
I ended my own monologue response to him by saying those exact words,
which
probably triggered his little bitch outburst today, as he's called.
So they all hate Ben Shapiro for some reason.
Anybody could see that I was entitled
for just
to
some
one.
reason. For no reason at all. People they don't like Ben Shapiro. Honestly, everybody should love Ben Shapiro. Everybody loves Sean Bolton. I don't get it.
His little bitch outburst today, as he's called me.
Anybody could see that I was entitled to one below the belt punch. Right? When they go low, we go micro penis. That's the way it's going to be.
All right, so the podcaster wars are really heating up, and it's so...
It's what, I don't know anything about Megyn Kelly or anything. I just like everyone felting Ben Shapiro.
Entertaining. I don't like Candace Owens, but when she's trashing Ben Shapiro, I'm here for it. That's when she's at her best.
We all are.
And
we all
Ben
are.
doesn't...
The rest of them, no. But we're here for Candace.
Yes,
we're here for Candace owning this. Piers Morgan, I'll never be able to cheer for against anybody. Fucking Megyn Kelly, that bitch. That bitch. She needs to shut the up. She needed to go away like 10 years ago. I don't know how she's still around.
Yeah.
Know what to do about it. He's floundering. His solution is to pressure everyone who's trying to stay neutral to pick a side, which usually just results in them taking Candace's side, which shows how unlikable Ben is. Or if you talk to Tucker Carlson, Ben wants nothing to do with you, which even his own employees are getting really sick of hearing about it.
So
like
bloated?
Michael Knowles,
like,
you can tell.
Is he like a full-blown alcoholic? What the is going on with these people? Am I
know.
losing my mind? Like, look at these. Like, look at this guy, man.
Who, Ben?
Look at Ben Shapiro's eyebrows, bro. They super glued them to his head. Like, are those real? Like, look at this fucking. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Look at the other guy. He's like made of wax, bro. This belongs in a wax museum. These grotesque freaks, man. These people, man.
And a big baby. During a show, Ben and Andrew Clavin tried to get Michael to speak out about Tucker and Candace, and you could tell Michael has been dealing with them, pressuring him for a while now, because as soon as it gets brought up, he's like, why do we have to talk about this? And Andrew admits he's been yelling at Michael off camera about this.
Ben Shapiro always brings in, he forces his employees to make fun of Tucker, always.
So there's definitely a lot of tension here. But like Michael mentions, this tactic of them trying to convince people to pick a side clearly is not working. You know, Tucker and Candace are definitely
bookshelf. Like, can you guys figure something else out other than a bookshelf?
Me, an intellectual, I have a bookshelf.
Off. Like, it's just
the bookshelf is